Hello, everybody. Just wet. It's raining, so I'm trying to find a location where I can take out my gimbal without being wet, which is still in my pocket. And so just need some more adjustment before we start the tour. In order for me, oh, this is my gimbal. Look at it. It looks like a weapon. It seems it stopped raining. Woo! What a good news. Okay, just so hold on. It has been raining a huge. Okay, it seems it stopped raining. Okay, so if it stops raining, I can put back my umbrella. I'm going to have to be able to have my hand for the gimbal. Hold on, please. Okay. As in England. So it's still raining a little bit, but I hope it's going to be okay because we are going to pass by. Oh gosh, it's raining again. No, because we are going to pass by some bridge, and the umbrella on the bridge is clearly an issue because with the wind, I'm going to be Mary Poppins. If it's still raining. So welcome everybody. We are doing today a tour, which is going to be by the Paris Canal, and then we're going to go from Paris Canal to finish the tour at the Republic Square. Okay, and well, usually it's a very romantic tour. Um, Doing the tour under the rain, it's very romantic. I like to do it at the sunset, but I also like to do it with the rain because it's part of the romanticism of Paris. So as you may see on the map, that I'm located exactly in the north of Paris, not the complete north, the center north, if I can say, of Paris. And I'm going to show you what I have got in front of me. So you see, this is the canal. So I'm just by the canal. I'm going to cross the street. Okay. So here you see we are at the canal. This canal is named Canal Saint-Martin, Saint-Martin, and in fact splitting the 10th district of Paris in two. You've got the south side, that way, on the north side. So if you go that side, you're going to arrive the complete north of Paris. And here it's named Quai de Gemap, banks, river banks of Gemap. And you see, if you go by there, you are going to arrive. There is a hospital, and then there's going to have the outside of Paris. Okay, so we are really, really in the north of Paris, and the canal, as you can see, is splitting the city in two. And of course, as it's splitting the city in two, it needs bridges for pedestrian and bridges for car to be able to go from one side of the bank to the other side of the bank. So first, let me give you an explanation, and you can see the drop of rain in the canal. You can see it's raining because look at it. You can see the rain, which is so it gives also a very romantic side. I like it. I like the view. It's very different, but the light when it's raining like that, it's very nice. And just above there, look, you see there is a little bit of blue sky. You see just over there. So I hope by the end of the tour, we will get some more blue sky and not only the rain. I just hope that it's the wind is going to bring the clouds. I mean, are going to push the clouds away more than to bring the rainy clouds. So the canal that you see now is dating from the period of Napoleon the First. Napoleon the First. So it's dating from the beginning of the 19th centuries, meaning 1800 something. So why did we build the canal at that time? Because Napoleon wanted to have a kind of, how can I say, a kind of path, a kind of way to bring in Paris the goods which were arriving from the north of France. North of France is producing coal, textile, foods. So all these things were coming as raw materials in Paris and were going to be used in some of the factories in Paris. So of course we could take the road to do that. We were also having a bit of a bit of the train, but the better things and the easiest thing were to arrive by the river. So the river Seine is going from west to east. So here the canal is going from north to south. So you see, it's completely different than the river. And look, there is duck in the canal. And you see the duck is So the closest one is Republic. Republic, like where we will finish the tour, will be at Republic. So Napoleon the First created that canal. So as you can imagine, this canal is not at all natural. Oh look, the two ducks are flying. I don't know if you could say if you saw them flying. And so the canal is not natural. And the canal is going to go from here to the outskirts of Paris, to Pantin, La Villette, where we are going also to have mills. So in fact, some of the raw materials were arriving to Pantin and La Villette from the north of France. Then they were changed from corns or from beans to flowers, and then when they were arriving in Paris. Then also we are bringing coals on some raw materials, and most of the places which are here, which are nowadays restaurants or shops, used to be factories. So in fact, at the ground floor here, it wasn't restaurant at that time, it was factories. So this company were changing, were creating things with the raw materials, and the things was put on the boat in the canal to go back to the north of France or to go by the other side to the south, and the south is going to arrive to Bastille. So if you know Paris and if you have been to Paris, you may be surprised by what I tell you, because when you arrive to Bastille and from Bastille to République, you don't see any canal. So how can we reach République and Bastille by a canal that we don't see? We are going to have some explanation for that. So the canal after that was also supposed to be a place for the bringing water to Paris, to the Parisian, you know. But finally, very quickly, it was not at all adapted to the drinking water, because people were throwing things in the canal, throwing things away, and also washing clothes. So very quickly, the canal becomes absolutely impossible to use it as a drinking water. And nowadays, we still have got many things which are thrown in the canal, like, you know, bikes, or sometimes we find some guns. It must be somebody who made a bad thing, throwing the guns in the canal to avoid everything. And it's kind of a very cosmopolitan life that you have in the canal in the evening. Dead bodies too, absolutely. We found dead bodies in the canal, absolutely. Cars and things like that. So during daytime, like it is now, the canal is very peaceful, and people come here by 6, 7, and they start sitting by the canal and they start drinking, having a nice time in between friends. You know, there is no fence. You see, here is my feet, and you see, I can, if I want it, I'm not going to do it, but you see, I can go to the water. I mean, there is no protection to the water. So you can sit here and your feet are touching the water, touching the canal. So it's a kind of place where the people loves to come to date and to have a nice time in the evening. But during the night, it changed a little bit the atmosphere. There is a bit some drugs troubles and alcoholic troubles. So in the evening, suddenly the canal becomes a little bit more spooky. So I don't specially advise you to come here by night. What I mean by night, let's say after 10 p.m., but more in the afternoon or in the early evening. Okay? So the canal is 3 meters deep. Well, it depends. You're going to understand that in a quick second. Because you see here, the canal is also boat passing on it. And as you can see here, it's impossible that a boat pass because the bridge is too close from the boat. So what's happened in fact? In fact, this it's a swinging bridge. So the bridge, when there is boats coming at certain time, the bridge is going to be closed. You see, there is a word said bridge open, meaning you can cross it by car. But you also see here there is fence barrels that if you put down, meaning the bridge in that case is going to open. And how do the bridge open? This part here, it's fixed, but from here, you see, the bridge is not linked to the earth. And so the bridge is going to do exactly what I do with my hand. Let me show you with the bridge. You see from here, so the bridge is going to be like that, like it is. And then if the bridge is closed, the bridge is going to turn like that. And the bridge is going to stand on that position. So when the bridge go from like that to 90 degree, in that case, it's open a space for the boat to pass and to be able to carry on their journey on the canal. When there is no boat, in fact, they don't open the bridge, they don't twist the bridge. And that is going to be controlled by little houses like that, where there is somebody who is going to make the bridge turning. So it's called here in French un pont tournant. And that's how it works. If you are a pedestrian, you are going to pass either by the bridge or by the passerelle, which are here. It means whenever the bridge are open, being a pedestrian, you can pass over the bridge. How long does it take the bridge to make it open? So it's very quick. I mean, something like 10 minutes to open the bridge, and then it's. But nowadays, the boats which are cruising on the canal, most of them are river cruise. I mean, boat canal cruise. So we don't have many goods which are passing. I mean, industrial goods. So most of the people which are passing are tourists, if I can say. So we know when the boats are coming. So like that, they can decide to open. So let's go on the no barge. Well, still some, but before it was many. It was it was a huge way to bring things in Paris. Nowadays, we use a little bit less, so you don't see many barge, as you said, on the canal. So you see now I'm at the top of the bridge, the pedestrian one, and you see the view on the canal. Oh, look, the sky is getting better. So that's why I say it's a very beautiful and romantic sight from here. With also you see the trees reflection in the water. It's always make a Metro Republic, absolutely, Janine. It's always make a very friendly during daytime and very nice place to romantic, a nice place to date and to have a drink with friends. And you see the other way, the other side, you are going to understand what I mean by how high is the canal, because what do we have over there? I'm going to walk there, so don't worry, I'm going to explain you. What do we have over there? We've got a lock. So it's mean the canal don't have the same level everywhere. Over there is a lock, which is going to change the level of the canal. But that just let me the time to bring you there. Okay? No, the canals never flood. I mean, maybe if there was a kind of typhoon or something like that, something which is not supposed to happen, maybe the canal will flood. But with normal rain or normal conditions, the canal is not flooding. Also, I wanted to show something very funny that we are just experimenting in the canal. By the canal, you see over there, if I zoom on it, you know these little gray boxes that if you've been in Paris, this is the public toilets, okay, the public bathroom, where you press a button, the door opens, and you do what you have to do inside. These bathrooms are quite, how can I say, long to use because every time there is a washing system inside. So in between two persons, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. So sometimes if you're a little bit in hurry and if there is a long line, it's not very convenient. So they decided to experiment by the canal new toilets. So if you come to Paris, don't be surprised to see this toilet that you see here. You see the red one, and behind there is a black one, which is just a little box. The black one are for men, so it's an urinoir, urinating place, and the red one are for the ladies. So in fact, it's just a very simple stuff, which is made of wood on each part. Then there is a door. On the top is just a kind of fabrics. I don't know if you can see. So and when somebody is inside, you can see because you can see the feet. So this is the new thing they try to they are experimenting on the canal. So very easy to bring everywhere and well, very light. I mean, for what is good is at least before, you know, the urinatory like that were only for the men's, and now they also adapted these red boxes for the ladies. So far, I don't know any ladies who has been in, but I'm sure some have been. I've seen quite often men using it, but so far haven't seen ladies to do it. But I'm sure some are doing. So now the way look, we have started with the rains, and now we've got the wind is good with us because the winds bring us a bit of blue sky, and the blue sky on the canal it's always absolutely gorgeous view about the canal. So let's walk a little bit to the canal and let's go to the lock, and then we'll go to the Republic space. So we're going down from the bridge. So as you see, this bridge have been built in the 19th centuries. So that's why these bridges are in metal. You are going to have the same technique for this bridge. You are going to see to the next one that you have got for the Eiffel Tower. So it's going to be an engineer of metal, which are going to be curved, which are going to be twisted. And with that, after that, they are held together. You see, I don't know if you can see here. You see, it's like the Eiffel Tower. So you see, it's metal with rivet. So we have a structure like we have got the Eiffel Tower. Should adopt it. No, so far only by the canal. And I don't know if the ducks are using this loose, this bathroom. I'm not sure. I think, proof, they are so badly educated. I'm sure they do directly in the canal. And you see, I'm walking by the side, and you can easily do that. So now we're going to arrive to the next passerelle, and you are going to understand why I mean the canal is not always the same um, depth, because in fact the average is going to be 3 meters, but in some position it's going to be more than that. Why that? Because the canal and Paris is not flat, so the canal has to pass. Oh, there's two over there. So I'm going to show you them from close. You are going to understand exactly these new toilets because we are going to cross the next bridge. So we see the toilet by there. So the canal has got lock to compensate the difference of hill of the hilly Paris. So on some position, you need to bring the boat at a higher position, and the canal, as it's quite close from the street, you see, it could be flooded. So due to that, the canal is always very straight. So to compensate the level of the city, we have got locks, and we are going to bring the boat up or down. But when we arrive at the next corner, suddenly the canal is going to disappear. And that lock, which is in front of us, is a very important lock. Why that? It's because the canal is going to be underground from here, Republic, let's say, to Bastille. So when you are in Paris, and if you take a river cruise, canal cruise, you are going to pass underneath Paris. And you are going to take a boat which is going to bring you by the underground of the canal. The canal is completely covered till Bastille, and the street and a huge garden is above the canal. Let me show you that by going up to this bridge. Yes, the canal has been made by man. It's completely non-natural. Okay, it has been created by the human being. So you see here now, you've got the lock. So as you can see, the lock is full. Okay, so if a boat was in, it's not the case, but suppose a boat would be in, they can open the door of the lock and the boat is going to be at the good level. But if you look over there, and if I zoom over there, you are going to see that over there, the level of the canal is more or less 3 meters lower. And that is the tunnel that you are going to take to go from here to Bastille. And this is totally underground. Of course, it's forbidden to sail by yourself, so you can't take a little boat and go there. Well, there's some people who does it, but of course, if you are seen by the police, you are going to be taken because it's completely forbidden to enter to the locks and to enter to the tunnel without authorization. And the locks is controlled, you see, by these little boxes where you over there too. You've got the guards of the locks which are controlling and which are controlling the traffic on the canal. How far is it from Bastille? Something like 1 mile, 1.5 kilometers, something like that. So I love the view from here. No, they don't do sport canoe inside. No, just boat. And you see, I love the view from here because it's so, it's so nice to see the trees inside the canal. I think it's a beautiful view and very romantic view, and that's so Parisian too. I love to show you view of Paris, which are not only the Eiffel Tower or Montmartre or Notre Dame or the Opera House, even though I love to show that to you. But I love also to show to you, hello Liu. Also, I love to show to you the a bit out of the beaten path of Paris. What is accessible? If you speak the bridge, the passerelle, but you don't need the passerelle because there is also the car bridge, so you can cross, of course, the canal. Then for the boat, yes, of course, it is accessible. And you see, we started the tour to the other bridge. So now I'm going to leave the top of the canal, and we're going to go down to the down of the canal. We're going to make a fantastic stop at the toilet, the bathroom, which are here. You see, black for men, red for ladies, and we're going to go down. Okay, so if you want the last pictures, do it now because then we won't be anymore in a high position. We're going to be by the canal. one here, and one the other side for you to have time to make pictures. Okay, so let's go. Oh my God, I need to go to the bathroom. Oh my God, why can't I make a little pee in Paris? Oh, good. There is new bathroom in the street. Oh, that's fantastic. Let me use it. Well, I love acting, no? So you see, I told you in the evening it's always a little bit spooky here. So you see a lot of graffiti. So this is the main one. You can see. You see, it's say in English, okay? In case you don't understand, urinal for men's, okay? So don't say, and you see, you can exactly understand how to use it, okay? So if you are just stupid enough now how to use it, you've got something to explain you. You've got a manual of utilization. So just need to press the door, and in you are, and you have got something, of course, to clean your hand. And if you're a lady, oh, the door is higher because you can't look at the lady say, "Hey, girls." So you see, the door is higher, but you see the structure is very simple. Just the fabrics on the top, just a swinging door. Okay, and you've got the place inside. Fantastic view of Paris. Fantastic tour with Patrick today. No, just by the canal now. Just by the canal. Maybe they are going to be located elsewhere. Good ventilation. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely fantastic ventilation. No, you can, yes. Only for number one. Yes, yes. Oh, they have got a tank underneath. Ah, you know, it's not perfect, but it's another solution. You see, if I enter the little garden, which is by the lock, you see now I'm at the level of the lock, like the duck. We are at the duck level. One duck has got his leg hidden, you see, also hiding his beak. He put his wing just because he's shy and he doesn't want to be taken in pictures. The French duck are very, very shy and they want to preserve their right of image. They don't want to be on Instagram or something like that. So they prefer to hide themselves. You see how he does instead of being taken in pictures. Don't think it's a French duck which has been beheaded. The head is still there. We just hide it. It's not because we are in front that we behead even the duck. No, they have on some part of the canal, they put green place for the animals. So they have got here it's not, but you see, for instance, here like that. Here they're going to put a green space, and there is something in the water. So it's like a little pond or in the water for the animals. So you see, it's written Écluse du Temple, so it means locks of the temple, because we are not far away from the street, the temple. So we pass in the garden, and I'm going to show you the end of the lock. So of course you know how it works. It means a boat arrive. You see here it's lower. The boats arrive. It waits here. They are going to empty the lock. So the lock is going to be at the same level of here. Then the boat go inside, and then they are going to fill the lock. So like that, the boat are going to be at the outside level. and then you can go on the canal. And there is some other locks because, as I told you, Paris is not flat. You can hear the water from the lock. Hello. And you see from here, you can see there's some lights because boats can arrive from here. I've seen quite often boats here, the canal boat. You see, the boats now go underneath from here. It's quite a spooky experience, to do the don't don't make a mistake. If you want to take a river cruise, you are going to be on the river Seine and you are going to see Notre Dame, the Eiffel Tower, the city hall. And if you take a canal cruise, you are going to be under the earth for a while. So don't make the mistake in between. And you see there is a first lock here. So you see they split because the distance in between the water is too much. So first they make a first stop here for the boat, and the boat, when it's arrived halfway, then they split the rest of the water. No, the Republic is going to be out. You see that the man from the lock? It seems he found an animals. He has got I have seen he has got a little animal in his hand, so he must have went to save an animal. No, we are going to walk to the Republic now, and we finish the tour at Republic. So we say bye bye to the canal, bye bye canal, and you see from here, the canal is here underneath. But if you don't know, you don't see the canal, and because in fact the canal is going to carry on its journey in the garden. You see here we are Rue du Faubourg du Temple. That's why it's called we said the lock of the temple. And you see over there you've got a garden, and you see the canal is passing in underneath here, straight to the Bastille. If you go there straight, you will arrive to the Bastille. And the Republic Square where we go now is just over there. You can see in the background, you can see the statue of the Republic, which is our symbol of our Republic, meaning of our democracy. So here, we are not in the most fancy part of Paris. You can see by the people, you can see by the shop, in very, how can I say, heteroclite. Lots of different community are living here. African, North African, Pakistanis, lots of different community. And there's also lots of theaters, like the Apollo Theater. So don't think you are in New York. this is not the Apollo from Harlem. This is the Apollo Theater from Paris. And just next to you have got a discotheque to go to dance called the Gibus. But you see some of the buildings are really beautiful, and they are dating from that 19th centuries. So you see that the Apollo theaters, where they stand up on that kind of concert, Apollo comedy, Apollo live. And as you can see by the neighborhood, as I said, this is not the most expensive place in Paris to live, and it's not also the most fancy place. But it's very friendly, multicultural, I should say. You see here, it's a Café du temple, because the temple, the jail where Marie Antoinette and the king's family were trapped in the jail, is not far away from here. Shalom to Jerusalem, and with 2 days late, Shana Tova. Oh yes, here it's very in the evening. It's very busy. There's also a lot of skating, roller skate activities around here, and it's very busy. The Republic Square. Whenever we have got a demonstration, we start or we finish here because, of course, Republic is the symbols of the democracy, and the lady which is standing here is the democracy. So when we want to demonstrate, as I said, 99% of the demonstrations start or finish here. And you see the underground, you ask me, is Republic. See here, you've got line 3, 5, 8, 9, 11. So many places. And you see here is Notre Dame. And here is where we are. And the canal is going up to the north, like that. The canal is something like 7 miles altogether. And then the other side, it goes to Bastille. You see, that is the place which is covered, completely covered. And that's the place which is outside. And here in Bastille, you have got a bit of the canal, which is going to be outside, and the canal is going to join the River Seine. So from the canal, you go to the River Seine, and you can leave Paris by the River Seine. So the same thing can for the canal. I more advise you to come to the Republic by daytime or early evening than late at night. Okay, it's not the best place either late at night. Well, I don't mean it's dangerous, but you can feel sometimes a little bit annoyed being here. People can look at you strangely, and okay. Anyway, so this is the Republic statue, and now we are in the Republic Square. That square has been built at the time of Napoleon III, so meaning in the 1860. And that square is a huge square which is reaching, if you go by that side, you are going to arrive to the Opera House. So if you go straight, you arrive to the Opera House. And if you go the other side, you are going to go to the east and north station of Paris. And if you go to that side, you are going to arrive to the Bastille. So you see, and it's a square which has got a lot of streets, not like the Place de l'Étoile, okay, where we have got the Arc de Triomphe, but a bit the same idea because we have got 8 streets which are leading from here, different directions, to reach important other square in Paris. Wow, by walking, it will take you 20 minutes to go to the opera. By car, can be 10 minutes, or can be 1 hour if it's really traffic jam. So around the square, you've got mainly Haussmannian building because it has been being built at the period of Haussmann. So of course, all the buildings you see around here are Haussmannian. And this is a typical Haussmannian square. So you see in the middle of the square, you've got underground entrance. And over there, you can see, maybe I can zoom, you can see, well, it has been raining, so there is not too much. But a part of that, there is a lot of skater over there. You can see them over there, maybe doing the roller skating. But over there, completely at the end. You can see one with his roller skate. 2 have got the roller skate, and there you see they're going to do the roller skating. And now if we speak about the statue itself, the statue is divided in 4 parts. So the bottom part, the complete bottom part, it is the place with a pond. You see the fontaine. The base has got a sculpting of all the events from the French Revolution. You see, by the vote, the 20th of June 1789, the 14th of July 1789, the taking of the Bastille. So if you turn around the bottom of the statue, you are going to have got 100 years of events of the French Revolution and French history. Then, at the front of the statue, you've got a lion, and the lion is symbolizing the capacity of vote for every French. You see, 1789, French Revolution, and here you've got a ballot box where it's written suffrage universel, meaning every French person has got the right to vote. So one citizen, one ballot. And above, you've got three statues, and each statue is representing our motto of Paris, not motto, but the motto of France, sorry, liberty, equality, fraternity, brotherhood. So each of these statues is representing one of the words. You see, above, it's written, for instance, here, égalité. You see, égalité means equality. So that statue is representing the equality. And at the third part of the statue, of the columns, you've got the statue. So it's not the Statue of Liberty. It looks a little bit like, but this is the Republic. So she's having in her hand a laurel crown, and she's giving that to the French people. And on it, she's holding the Declaration of the Human Rights. So it means we are in democracy. We are a free country. We are not run by any dictators or whatever. And we can change every 5 years the president by the fact we have got the free right to vote. We want a vertical view. So that's why this square, just by the canal, now we've got a blue sky. The weather is changing so much. And this is a military barracks. Soldiers over there. Well, in fact, it's Garde Républicaine. So it's kind of elite corps of soldiers protecting the buildings in Paris. So this is it's a military barracks and also built at the same time. So you see, it's a huge square and a lot of events. People are coming here in the evening, they are dancing, they are eating. It's kind of, it's really meaning this is the Republic, so you do whatever you want here. It's a bit kind of a free space for the Parisians to explain their opinion and to be able to discuss. And if you go that way, you go to Châtelet-Léal. So you go to the Louvre, for instance. So, my dear friends, I think we're gently arriving to the end of the tour. Yes, Janine, liberté, égalité, fraternité, absolutely. That's what this statue is symbolizing. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. Have you ever considered running for mayor? No, I'm not thinking to run for mayor. This is political, This is not history or things like that. So, my dear friends, thank you so much for having with me for this tour of Canal and Republic Space. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sabine. Thank you, of course, for your tip. Especially now, it's important for us because we are making so much in-person tour that we have less and less time to do the virtual tour. So just give us a good reason to do the tours because we take time for that instead of taking time for in-person tour. So thank you for your donation, which means a lot for us. And take a great care of yourself. Yes, I will do more tour like that, more tour about the, how can I say, the out of the beaten path of Paris. Thank you. Take a great care of yourself. Have a great day. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening. And see you next week. Haven't programmed tour so far because first I'm leaving tomorrow for Croatia. So I won't be in France for a couple of days. So I have to see how I do my agenda next week to bring you some more tour. In the meanwhile, bye bye. Thank you for having with me. See you soon.